Learning AI in a classroom is one thing, but actually using it in the real world, well, that's a whole different ballgame. Today, we're going to dig into a new blueprint that's designed to bridge that exact gap.
So let's start with the big question. Why is that leap from theory to practice so incredibly hard? It's something a lot of students in computer science and engineering have probably wrestled with. You feel like you've mastered the concepts, but then putting them to work feels like learning a whole new language, right?
The source material we're diving into today is from a textbook proposal that tackles this very problem head-on. It points to what it calls a big gap, or a learning curve for students who are trying to connect what they learn in books to what they can actually build.
Okay, so to really get what this new solution is all about, we have to start with the problem itself. And that means taking a hard look at the standard way AI is taught right now, which, believe it or not, often boils down to just one approach.
Think about it. If you've picked up an AI textbook anytime recently, I'm willing to bet it was packed with Python code. And listen, Python is an amazing, powerful language, but this singular focus on it can actually create a pretty big roadblock for people just starting out. And this quote just nails that feeling of being completely overwhelmed. Instead of getting excited about the core ideas of AI, brand new students are just staring at these huge walls of code, trying to make sense of it all. It can be a real headache. And this, right here, really gets to the heart of it. The standard Python first method means a super steep, code-heavy learning curve. But this proposed alternative, it totally flips the script. The idea is to create a much gentler entry point that puts the focus on understanding the concepts before you get lost in the code.
So, the big question is, how do we flatten that curve? Well, the proposal we're looking at suggests a whole new path, one that uses a different but just as powerful tool in the AI world, MATLAB. And here's the game changer. MATLAB isn't just about writing line after line of code. It comes with these amazing built-in visual apps. This lets students play around with AI algorithms, see how they work, and get a real feel for them, all without getting bogged down in syntax from day one. And this is where it gets really clever. Check out this learning journey. First, you start with a simple, intuitive app. From there, you can actually see how the AI process is working, visually. And then, and this is the magic part, with a click of a button, you can convert that whole visual process into the actual code that's running underneath it, so you can study it.
This approach basically creates the missing link we've been talking about. You see, a lot of visual tools are great, but they hide the code in a black box. Here, the code isn't hidden, it's revealed. It builds a bridge from the simple, friendly interface to the complex logic that makes it all work.
But this isn't just about what programming language you use. This new blueprint argues that to get a truly complete AI education, you need to cover some topics that, well, are usually left out of the picture.
This brings us to a really fascinating concept that you probably won't find in your standard AI 101 course, the fuzzy inference system. Just think of it like this. Instead of rigid black and white yes or no logic, fuzzy logic operates in all the shades of gray in between. It's much closer to how we humans actually think and make decisions.
And get this, we're not just talking about a rare omission here. The argument is that this is a near universal blind spot. If you scan the shelves for intro AI textbooks, you'll be hard-pressed to find any that really dig into fuzzy logic.
The author here does not mince words at all. They frame this exclusion of fuzzy logic not just as a choice, but as a fundamental flaw, a defect issue that leaves students with a totally incomplete picture of what AI really is.
So the argument is pretty simple, but really powerful. Fuzzy logic isn't some obscure, dusty corner of AI. It's a core branch with capabilities that are right up there with machine learning and deep learning. So leaving it out is like trying to teach biology without ever mentioning evolution. You're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. So why does all of this matter? Well, the end goal of this whole new blueprint is to create a learning environment that's way more effective, more supportive, and more practical for everyone involved. And to finally close that gap between theory and practice for good, this proposed textbook packs in over 40 hands-on sample projects. This gives students the chance to actually roll up their sleeves and apply what they're learning in a really meaningful way.
And hey, this isn't just about the students. It's designed as a complete package for instructors too. It gives them everything from homework solutions to ready-made presentation slides, making it way easier to teach this complex subject effectively. It's a full toolkit.
Ultimately, the big takeaway is this. When you have the right tools and a more complete curriculum, you can totally transform the educational experience. It's all about making a really tough subject more accessible, more practical, and honestly, more engaging for everyone.
And that really leaves us with one final crucial question to think about. The tools we choose to teach AI with today don't just shape what happens in a classroom, they literally shape our future. They influence the kinds of innovators we create, and in the end, the kind of AI they're going to build for all of us tomorrow.